That's my turkey noise. Like it? This is the Plan C Thanksgiving Football Spectacular. Woo! Yeah, Plan C. Aha! Hope you're having a great day. This will come out Wednesday night. We just, we wanted to do a little special not special, but a little separate episode for the football coming up this week. And yeah, so here it is. As always, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing. We're on all of the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. I just go on and on and on. But anyway, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, following, rating, reviewing, questioning, or not questioning. Well, you can question us, but doing the little Q&As if you want. Just helps us but helps us be like, yeah, you're not just throwing this into the void. I know I'm not, because people will like hit me up and be like, wow, your Giants take was really shitty there, and I'm like, all right, take it easy. But yeah, hope everyone's having a great holiday. It's a good one this year, whether it's football or whether it's just the holiday itself. I'm definitely thankful for my family, thankful for all those that love me, insanely grateful for a great group of friends. And I went to the doctor today, and I can say I'm thankful for my health. So I'm very thankful for everyone who listens, supports. You're the best. And yeah, I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Make sure you're checking out previous episodes. Make sure you're checking out the YouTube channel, all of that. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Hope you're having a great holiday. Let's get to the episode, and let's try that turkey noise again.
No problem, I've still got Plan C. Ladies and gentlemen.
And we're back. This is, as I mentioned, our football special Thanksgiving Day episode. I don't know what you want to call that. But happy holiday, everyone, or holidays, I guess. Obviously, we'll have more episodes before Christmas, but happy Thanksgiving. Woo! Hope you're thankful. I am thankful, as always. Thankful to be joined by my delightful co-host, AJ, today. AJ, how's it going?
Yes, sir, man. How's it going?
It's going all right. I'm chilling. I had a physical today, and I got stabbed 3 times.
She got the jab, huh?
I got blood taken. I got blood taken. They gave me a flu booster, and I got the COVID booster. Luckily, my third arm is growing in pretty well, so that's good. But yeah, you doing anything tomorrow with your fam?
With the fam, yeah, man. I got a couple places to go to. Only 2 tomorrow. It's a good thing. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. It's a good thing to have places to go to for sure. I know I should be thankful for that, but man, my parents are split up, and so
shout out divorced parents holidays, yo.
Shout out, man. I used to have like 4 or 5 different places I had to go to, man. It was more stressful than it was worth. More stressful than enjoyable.
Oh, you're telling me.
That sucks. So it'll be fun to just kind of take it a little easier this year. We got some good games going, so I'm looking forward to it.
Word, yeah, awesome. Shout out to Divorced Parents Christmas.
Shout out.
I will also, or not Christmas, Thanksgiving. I will also be doing morning at my mom's and then night at my dad's.
There you go, man.
All right. So speaking of early Thanksgiving, first game on the slate, Packers at Lions. I would say this is probably like, I don't want to say the least interesting game, but this is probably the game that's going to attract the fewest people to watch it. It is Lions by 7.5, home favorite. And I mean, I think these are just 2 teams moving in different directions. What you got on this game?
Yeah, I mean, the Packers look good last year. I'm still not ready to give up on my Jordan Love praise. I just think the Packers are not a good team. They really aren't. Issues on the line. They're going to be without Aaron Jones, so issues in the backfield. Even when they had him, it wasn't great. Um, not a great team. So I think the Lions are going to make a statement. It's gonna be nice. I know they're 8-2, so to say that they're not getting the praise is kind of weird. But it'll be nice for them to have this primetime game.
Yeah, honestly, I think the same thing. I think the Packers have been in so many of these close little games, and I think it's about time for a blowout. And I think at home against the Lions is a perfect place for that. Fun stat for you: do you know the last time the Lions were 8-2? You know what year it
When
was? Um, it was 1962. Both of my parents were not born yet.
same.
Not 911 was not invented yet. Like the concept of calling 911. Yeah, so
Interesting.
we're in rare air right now with the Lions.
Unprecedented times, huh?
Yeah,
So the
literally.
Lions currently sitting at 7.5.
Yeah.
Lions. I think it's gonna be a close game. You never know with these primetime divisional games, especially. I can see it being a little closer than that. I don't know if I'm ready to take the over under on either, but I don't think it's gonna be as much of a blowout as some people think.
Honestly, I think they're gonna kill him. I think they're gonna kill
Hmm.
him. Um,
All right.
yeah. Yeah. Anything else on this Packers Lions game?
Things to look out for. AJ Dillon, I feel like I've been looking for so long. I mean, primetime game, they're gonna be without Aaron Jones. I'd love to see him like be the guy eventually. He needs that kind of game.
I feel like this Packers team is like still too built for Aaron Rodgers, if that makes sense. There's still too much Aaron Rodgers sort of stink on this team. And I don't know. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe it's just like not Jordan Love's team yet. But I
Yeah, the
I
way the team is constructed is strange, isn't it?
I definitely don't believe in this team as much as you do, specifically Jordan Love. I don't know. I think this is just like I think this is just a bad football team.
Yeah, I don't disagree. This is definitely not their year.
Moving on to commies at Cowboys. This is another one that on paper I think it could be a blowout, but I don't know. Sam Howell is a little frisky. And I feel like in years past this has been like a position that Washington has showed up in. And then everyone going into the final game of the night is like, "Oh, wow, Sam Howell, huh?" I
Yeah,
don't
it's gonna be a big week, especially after the stinker they just put up against the Giants. They put up
yeah.
another bad game. Maybe time to say bye to Riverboat Ron.
Um Do you know? I think I gave you this stat. But just for the people, out of Ron Rivera's 13 coaching seasons, the amount of winning seasons he has, three, three winning seasons.
Mm.
So hey, maybe it's time we kind of turn and twist with Ron Rivera with paddle boat Ron.
Well,
Um,
you talked. I think we talked quite a bit the other day about Eric Bieniemy. I mean, I really thought his decision to leave Kansas City was quite poor. He's shown what he can do without Patrick Mahomes, without Andy Reid, and now he has a chance to potentially be interim head coach if Ron Rivera's gone and kind of finally show if he can do it or not.
I don't want that to happen. Um,
Put him in
I
a
think it
bad
would be
position.
I think it'd be smart as hell, but that increases the chances of him being hired by Washington next year. I want Eric Bieniemy on the Saints, baby.
Mm.
No need for this. No need for this Eric Bieniemy to Washington. Although now that Snyder is gone, it's like a little bit harder to just like hate this team in a macro sense,
Yeah, you can't bank on them doing the dumb things anymore.
It, exactly. So, we'll see what happens, but I
You
don't know.
know, both of us are rocking Sam Howell in our fantasy leagues. I think we both got saved by that, to be honest.
Fourth or fifth highest scoring quarterback in fantasy right now, which
Yes.
ooh, saved my
Yes.
season.
He's been a surprise. He's had multiple 3+ interception games. Now he's coming off one against the Giants, who were pretty much dead. Let's call it what it is. So I'm very curious to see the bounce back.
Mm.
Really am. Prime time gonna be huge. It's gonna be an important game.
Yeah,
Molly.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
What about for
I
Dallas? What does this game kind of mean?
don't think this game really means anything for Dallas. Um, I think Dallas, they're definitely making the playoffs. They're not winning their division. So they're right now in this weird limbo where I'm kind of sure it's going to be hard to get up for this game. I don't know. If Dallas lose this game, I'm not going to necessarily look at them any differently unless they like really shit the bed. But, I don't know. I feel like Dallas is just on the track to lose in the divisional against San Francisco again. Uh,
Yeah, I think with Philly coming out and beating KC Monday night, it should probably be a little bit more. There should be some urgency there, I think.
they
But
can't
then,
win the division.
yeah, but they still should try. I mean, the gap can't be. It's difficult if the gap is that big between Philly and Dallas again. You
There's
know?
yeah. There's definitely also like I think there's a possibility of looking ahead of for looking ahead of this game because the schedule after this it gets really interesting for Dallas. You go Seattle, Philly, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, Washington.
Mm.
So they're sort of staring down a gauntlet after this Washington game. So again, I'm not going to be surprised if I'm not going to be surprised if Dallas like lays down for this game. Again, it's it has
Takes it easy.
yeah, it has all the elements of like, oh, we can kind of fuck around. And people will say like, oh, Dallas is in trouble, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think the questions about Dallas get answered until they play that gauntlet.
So,
Yeah,
this game has the biggest spread of the season. Dallas is favored 12.5.
season or weekend.
Weekend, excuse me, weekend, excuse me.
Oh, I got
I
10
don't
and a
see that
half.
being the case whatsoever. Even that is a pretty big spread.
Yeah,
That's pretty, I don't want to say absurd, but that's
like Dallas really have to take care of business for that.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
don't see it happening. Yeah, these divisional games on prime time. I would love to, I'll be with a bunch of family that are unfortunately Dallas fans tomorrow, so I'd love to see a loss there just so, I have a little gratification for the rest of the night, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like I don't want to say this game doesn't matter, but it doesn't really feel like this game matters.
And see, I'm pretty intrigued by this matchup. I
Okay.
really am. I think
What
I think we got a good slate tomorrow.
I
Like
think
I
it's a
said,
decent
just
slate, yeah.
Washington's on that weird fringe where I think it's almost better for them if they don't win, if they continue to lose, but still show a little bit of fight. Right?
Mm.
If they start losing in embarrassing fashion like they did last week, where Sam Howell can barely stand up before he's even touched, turning the ball over at a crazy rate again, then yes. And then of course losing a divisional game is it's gonna suck, especially this late in
Mm.
the season. No bueno.
No bueno. 49ers at Hawks. Um I think this is the most interesting game of the weekend because there's a lot of divisional implications here. Um, you know, Seattle was just leading the NFC West, and now they're tied. And so this is probably the biggest game of the season for Seattle right now. And when we look back at the end of the season, I think this will be one of the games where we're like, oh yeah, well, Seattle would have won the division if they had beaten the Niners that night. It's kind of that vibe. It's in
Yeah.
Seattle. Seattle favored by 7 is what I found. What's your take on this game?
You said the yours shows Seattle favored by 7?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I show San Fran favored by 7 in mine. But
Sorry,
either
I
way,
mean,
okay.
I'm so sorry. Seattle to cover. Seattle plus 7. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My brain is like
I
kind
was
of.
gonna say, no worries. I was gonna say that I would have been very surprised by. But either way, I don't think it's gonna be a close game. This is the one I expect to be quite a blowout. I think the 49ers had a weird lull in the season. They're healthy. I think they're kind of back to being the dominant team that we saw to start the season. And so I fully expect them to dog walk, especially if Gino's not fully healthy. I mean, even though he's been healthy, he still hasn't been playing like he did last year. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't expect it to be close.
This one is an interesting one because um, the 49ers, they dropped 3 games and everyone kind of freaked out a little bit. But I think hidden beneath that, you know, I think they were bad because they didn't have Trent fucking Williams and Debo Samuel, like a top
Yeah.
3 tackle and probably a top 15 wide receiver. Um, these are guys who are super important to the team, and then when they go out and it doesn't work as well, like, I mean, yeah, no shit. They played a buzzsaw in the damn in the Browns defense. They lost to the Eagles. You know, or not to the Eagles. What am I saying? Who did they lose to? They lost to the Bengals.
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
and
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, everyone freaked out a little bit, but I'm not too worried. The Minnesota loss is like not weird, but I was gonna say D'Amico Ryans. Oh my god, I am all over the place. Brian Flores does a really weird thing with Minnesota where they lead the league in the amount of times where they have 3 rushers down, and they also lead the league when they have like 7 rushers going down.
never know what
So
you're gonna get.
it's very interesting. He's just like really kind of min-maxing this defense, but that's for another story. Yeah, I'd be worried as shit if I were a Seahawk fan because you're like, wow, Gino just got absolutely obliterated last week by Aaron Donald. I don't know if you saw that hit, but it was brutal.
I did.
Like he got, I was a little worried for good old Gino. And now you
They saw Drew Luck out there for one drive, and they're like, nope,
they're
get your
like,
ass back in there.
Gino, I know your elbow is broken, but buddy, we need you to get us in field goal range, please. And he did.
Okay.
No, so it's interesting because I think for the 49ers can potentially like really tee off here, especially with their pass rush. Eric Armstead has been playing really, really well. I think he had like against the Jaguars, I think he had 12 pressures or something insane like that. So that's some shit. Bosa and Chase Young just I don't want to block those guys and yeah, I don't know. I'd be worried. Is the running back out? What's his
Kenneth
name?
Walker.
Kenneth
I
Walker.
haven't seen anything confirmed, but it does look like their second round rookie Zach Charbonnet is going to be playing.
Charbonnet's
Picked him up on
good.
fantasy. I don't know if I'm going to play him. It seems unlikely. I haven't seen anything, confirmed just yet. But he's probably not going to play.
Are there any
Especially on the
matchups you're
short
kind of
week.
looking forward to?
I just want to see this defensive line continue. I
Mhm.
know Seattle's line is nothing. It's got some younger players, so it's still interesting. But I mean, Chase Young. You mentioned Eric Armstead, Bosa. Chase Young's been great. Javon Hargrave is great. Really makes up for the lack of secondary. I mean, their secondary is okay. It's not amazing,
Mm-hmm.
But nothing in particular. I'm just very curious to see if they can continue dominating. Um, I was talking to my pops yesterday about this because he's a huge San Fran guy,
Right, he's a big
and
San
we
Fran
kind of
guy.
we joked about it a little bit. But does Shaq Leonard to San Fran not seem like a good fit? They're putting together like this star-studded defense. To me, that seems like a great fit. He could come off, be the third or fourth linebacker on that defense, come in when needed, next to Fred Warner, who for years people argued between those two being the best linebacker in the league. So it's kind of crazy where we're at now.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
to me, this is just
yeah.
another game for San Fran. It really is.
You don't think this is like a potentially like emotional let off? Seahawks fans have probably been talking mad shit. You go into their house and you're able to like put him to sleep like that. You don't think they're gonna get up for that?
I don't believe so.
Hmm.
I really don't. But again, I could be wrong. Who knows? I just don't particularly see it being. I don't see this game being particularly close, to be honest. Again, San Fran, we worried about them for a little bit. They had a weird stretch, but man, they're back. They're back dominating. Their last few games have been kind of like nothing for them now.
Yeah, we'll see. Have you looked at like offensive stats, San Fran versus Seattle?
Give them to me.
Okay, so and this is just like on the season. Points per game, San Fran is third, Seattle is 16th. Points per game allowed, San Fran is first, Seattle is 19th. Total yards, San Fran is third, Seattle is 18th. Pass yards per game, 8th versus 13th. Rush yards, 6th versus 25th. I think this is like, yeah, these teams are close in the standings, but I don't know. I think this could potentially get bad fast.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Uh,
It'll be
anything
fun.
else?
It'll be a good game.
Anything else before we move on to the Black Friday game?
No, I think the best game tomorrow is going to be, in my opinion, the game I'm looking forward to the most is Dallas and the Commanders.
Ooh, what game am I looking forward to most? I would probably have to say Niners at Hawks, just because I think that has the potential to maybe be the best game. Um,
We got some good games,
yeah,
man. We got a good slate tomorrow.
yeah, no, for sure. Moving on to Friday, Dolphins at Jets, in New York.
Not a good game.
What's the weather going to be like? Let's find out. The weather is going to be 48 degrees and cloudy, so some good football weather. Uh, yeah, what's your take on this game?
Uh, I mean, man, I'm not particularly looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to tell us much about either team, to be frank with you.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of consistently talked. We just talked the other day about the AFC East. Miami still is not getting tough matchups. This New York team is such a mess. They're rocking with Tim Boyle. It's not going to be a fun game. It's not going to be a particularly good game, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to get a good read on either team going forward. I think Tim Boyle's obviously going to struggle. Jalen Ramsey is putting up a zero point 0 passer rating when targeted in his 3 games back.
That'll be
Um,
fun.
and that's who this guy is going to get thrown into, go against.
Yeah, not great.
Poor dude, man. He's being set up to fail for sure.
Well, that's what happens when you're one of Aaron Rodgers' like buddies. You
Yeah.
get you get thrown into situations that Aaron can't cover. You're like, oh, Aaron, what's wrong? Oh, I tore my Achilles. Oh, that's fine. I'll go face Miami. That's fine.
It just upsets me because, you know, we knew this was going to be an issue from week 1. And I don't think I'm still fully ready to blame all of this shit this season lost on Zach Wilson. I really don't. We knew this line was going to be a problem when the season started, before the season started. We knew that was going to be a huge problem for this team going forward. It was. Aaron Rodgers was pressured on his first couple step backs, 4 plays in the game towards Achilles. So we knew it was going to be an issue. So I don't think it's a surprise that they're still continuing to be an issue. Dalvin Cook has been a mess. Brees Hall's been super inconsistent. Their pass catchers, outside of Garrett Wilson, they're really not that good. Losing Corey Davis to begin the season two to retirement, I mean, that probably affected the team more than people thought. I
Mecole
just
Hardman
don't think
wasn't
this is
doing
a
nothing.
good. Exactly, Mecole Hardman's gone. Like, not a good team right now. I still am not prepared to put it all on Zach Wilson. Bless his soul.
I think if as soon as Rodgers got hurt, I know it's really easy to say like, oh, yeah, they should have traded for Josh Dobbs, and I know we harped on it the last one, but you know what? I put this on Joe Douglas and Salah because they rocked with Zach Wilson for so long, and he like. I mean, I don't know how many Jets games you're watching, but like, he is terrible. He is really, really bad. And I know we can be like, you know what? They gave him his shot and it didn't work. No. This team is good. This team is good now. If you have a half decent quarterback, you'll be fine.
I gotta push back. I do not think this team is as good as good as people thought it was going to be coming into the season.
I think if you had a decent quarterback that could, keep the defense off of the field once in a while, I think they'd have at least 3 more wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many teams like that this year where the defense is fucking incredible, but they have a shit quarterback. So it's like, oh, well, I guess this is a fucking wasted year of this defense.
I do say, these comments about that Robert Saleh are making and even Aaron Rodgers about how they feel bad, they feel responsible that Zach Wilson didn't get this redshirt year. Come on, this dude was number 2 overall pick. That should not be the conversation that we're having right now. Dude did not need a redshirt year. That's not the problem. The problem is the team is not that good around him.
CJ Stroud was the number 2 overall pick and didn't need a redshirt year. Exactly. Robert.
So I don't know. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we're gonna get a good read on anything. I don't think it's gonna be productive. Thoughts on there being a Friday night game at all?
I love it.
That was never typically a thing. I remember a lot of people were a little upset when this got announced because Friday nights are for high school football. It's fun, dude. It's cool.
Black NFL Friday don't give a fuck. Give me more special game days like that. I love it when the NFL, like, I know it wasn't good, the reason they had to do this, but I loved when there was like Tuesday night football, because of the pandemic and stuff. And
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, dude, it was awesome.
It was because at the end of the day, it's just fun to watch football. Yeah. You got anything else before we get out of here?
No, man. I think it's gonna be fun slate. Even the bad games are good games, right?
Yeah.
Football, even bad football is fun football. So
exactly.
I'm excited. We got some stuff to look forward to. Hopefully, it'll make Thanksgiving a little less dreadful, a little less stressful for people. So yeah, man. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving with your family.
Yeah, you too, man.
To do and go Colts, man. Even though they're not playing.
Yeah, go Saints, man. Nah. Shout out to you, AJ. Shout out to everyone listening. Hope you're having a great holiday with family. If you're unable to be with family, I hope you're with friends. Just be with the people who love you and you love them. Blah blah blah. You know the vibes.
Yes,
Thanks again for listening. We're on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, Anchor Breaker, all over the place.
Everywhere.
Like, share, subscribe, rate, comment, answer the little Spotify Q&A if you liked it. Check us out. We're awesome. AJ, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me, as always.
Of course. And everyone, again, have a great holiday, have a great night, and see ya.
Peace.